Hey YouTubians, it's Tony here from We Try Anything, channel likes try anything, so you don't have to. Today's video is, yes, it's another Argos video, but this time it is the Black Friday sale. And what I'm going to show you today is 5 Casio watches that are well worth considering in the Black Friday sale. Now, I was going to pass up on this video because I have got another one ready to go in terms of uploading to the channel, which is the 31 days with the AE 1200, but that's going to happen next week. For this one, I've picked out 5 affordable Casios that are well worth considering, and I'm going to be honest with you, this video is just too good to pass up, because the last Casio Argos sale video, it helped a lot of people, and I got some great comments in terms of what they bought, and they bought watches for their friends, and it was just brilliant really. And there's nothing more that I absolutely love doing, is saving people money along the way, especially with the kind of run up to Christmas and the cost of living crisis that we're all going through. So why don't we go and have a look at the Argos website and see what I've picked out. Now, what I will say, I'm not affiliated with Argos in any way, shape or form. And what I've also done, I've also created a link below, which is just copied and pasted from the Argos website, which if you just click on it, it'll take you straight to the Casios that are listed in the Black Friday sale at Argos. Now, if it doesn't work for you, then obviously I believe that the sale may have finished, but you can go through the website and just select Casios and obviously low to high, and then you'll find them that way as well. So why don't we go and have a look at the Argos website and see what's available today. It is the Black Friday sale now that we're going to be talking about today, and I have created a link below, but what I'm going to do is just take you off to what would be men's watches again, and then what you can do is click on what would be Black Friday deals, click on Casio, click on show more just so you can see more, and then in this instance G-Shock and Casio Edifice. And what I do is go to low to high, but as I said, I've provided a link below which will take you to this page with all them options selected. And if you can't click on it, then I would imagine the Black Friday sale is over, or Argos have changed their positioning of that link, so just bear that in mind. But that's how I tend to find these offers. So again, there's some absolutely brilliant deals over the Black Friday sale. Now, the only one I haven't really picked out, which did really pique my interest, was this Casio CA53 calculator watch, and the main reason being you can get it cheaper on Amazon. So the first watch I'm going to pick out is this F91W, and it is the baby blue version, £9.99. It's just such a great watch to have for that price point. Now again, the colour may not be to everyone's taste. It is quite a shockingly baby blue colour, so it depends on your interests and what kind of coloration you like for your watches. I prefer I'm going to be honest with you, the black resin version, which I did wear early this year, and what a watch to wear. You don't feel it on your wrist, and you've got the daily alarm, you've got that stopwatch, and you've got a calendar as well, which you can see on that display. And that display, it's just a clear, easy to read display, and I think it's got minimal ghosting, which is quite something I don't see on many Casio watches. And for some reason at that price point, the display, when you turn it at an extreme angle, doesn't ghost as much as some of the other watches I've featured this year. But you've got that case width of 34mm, so you don't feel any hand inhibitions, and it's just a great watch to wear on a daily basis. So that is my first watch to talk about in the Black Friday sale, £9.99, absolute belting offer. Next one is the W218H. Now this one's what would be the negative version, or the negative LCD displayed version. Now you can get a positive version of it, which they do have on the website, I think for about the £20 mark. But this one, I do actually prefer it, I've got to be honest with you. I have reviewed what would be the positive version. It is a great watch to own, but this one, I just think it's got that bit better aesthetic about it, and it also has that G-Shock S look about it, with the slightly chunkier bezel which just surrounds that very nice standout display. Now it's got more, many functions to this watch, where you've got a stopwatch, you've got an alarm, and it also has 50 meters of water resistance and a 7-year battery life, quartz movement in it, or quartz module, so it's going to be pretty accurate. And I've got to say, for the money, unbelievable. But the only thing I will say, and that's why I put a little bonus watch at the end of this, which is again is a Casio, is it is quite hard to get hold of. I've never really seen it in stock, but if you can get hold of it, I mean, the nearest one to me is about 70 miles away, where I can walk into an Argos and get it, which is Berwick upon Tweed. But if you can get hold of it, then please just get hold of it. It's a great watch for the money. The next one I'm going to talk about is the AE 1000. What a watch. I mean, it's kind of akin or the same sort of functionality as what would be the AE 1200 digital watch, which is known as the Casio Royale, and it is the watch I'm going to be showing you next Saturday as my 31 days in October wearing that watch. And I got a little hint for you, it is a great watch to own. But this one is the circular version of it, so you've obviously got the world map, you've got what would be the digital version of an analog display, and you've got that, you've got a real standout time and date and day and date complication, or what would be a day of the week complication there, and it is just a great watch to have. And I do have this in the collection as well, so I'm gonna have to pop this on my wrist in the next couple of months and talk about it, what it's like to wear over an extended period of time. But again, digital display, 43.7, yeah, you don't feel much of it on your wrist, and it's swim proof again. You know, it's, I think, what is it? I think it's 100 meters of water resistance. That's what I was looking for. So yeah, very versatile what you wear. Alarm, stopwatch feature, and it's got a world time. So the world time, you can obviously, I think it's got a fair amount of cities that you can view and time zones, which are highlighted by that little map there that you can see on the display. And it is, if you are into traveling and you are into, obviously you've got people around the world that you want to communicate with, you can set up the world times and communicate with them easy. You can just swap between them on the world time function and just see what time it is in their part of the world and talk to them as and when, really. So great watch, nice resin band, fits really nicely on the wrist for that price point, $14.99. It is a great watch to own. Next one I'm going to talk about is the it is the jewel of this, what I would say, of the Black Friday sale, and £18.90. I've never seen this watch so affordable, so cheap. Normally around the £24.90 mark, which again is a great price to get one of these watches at, but £18.90 for what would be the kind of blue coloured version of the AE 1500. That display alone just sells it. But what I will warn you with, I mean, there's so much information you can glean at a glance, and you can probably glance at it for a fair distance, but it is, for a small wristed person like me, which is 6.5 inch wrist, it's like wearing Big Ben on your wrist. You do know you're wearing this sort of watch, but if you can carry it off, then my God, I mean, it will be a talking point as well. If you're out talking to people, or you're out at a party or something, that watch will stand out. But it's got a nice rugged look about it, 100 meters of water resistant, 10-year battery life, day, date display, alarm, stopwatch feature, etc. It's got it all. 5 alarms, look, which are indicated just at the bottom, and it's got a nice, like what would be an animation where this part of the display goes up and down depending on the seconds and the stopwatch. So a great watch, and I've got to say, if you can get hold of this watch at £18.90 and it's in stock, and you've got a wrist that you feel can carry it off, what an absolute steal that price is. Next one is the MTP 1314. Again, it's a watch I own, I've got, and I've given it to my son because he was really interested in this watch. Brown leather strap, it's got a very nice polished stainless steel case to it, and it's very elegant in the way it looks. I mean, that it's got like a nice date complication, and you've got lume on what would be the hour and minute hands, and obviously it's a triple hand set, so you've got the hour, minute and second hand. And I just think it's a very elegant watch to wear on what would be a daily basis or out to meetings and stuff like that. But it is a nice watch to own, and it's got a nice analog display. Case width 44.9mm, so you won't feel much in terms of hand movement. And yeah, it's just a great watch, and quartz movement, so you know it's accurate. And it's well worth considering if you are after what would be an analog watch with a date complication. Date complications aren't to everyone's taste, but for me, I just think it is a phenomenal watch to own. And for that £21.99, I just think if you are interested in something like that, or your partner or your loved one and someone you know is interested, and you're thinking of getting that for a birthday present or Christmas at this time of year, which is in November when I'm filming it, I just think it's a great watch to get a hold of. Now, my bonus one, and the only reason why I'm doing a bonus one is because this watch is very hard to get a hold of on the Argos website, is an Edifice. Now, I don't have any Edifice watches, and I've got to be honest with you, at the £50 price mark, unbelievable value for money. And it is normally around the £100 mark on the Argos website, but I have seen it a bit more expensive when looking around before doing this video. Lovely, absolutely stunning. What would be the dial on this is stunning, and obviously you've got that chronograph feature as well. and it's just got that Japanese quartz movement, so you know it's a very reliable watch to tell you the time. Analog display, stainless steel case, and obviously stainless steel strap, and it's got a water resistance up to 100 meters, so you know you can wear that in a lot of situations. And it's quite a heavy boy, really, around the 136 grams mark, based on what Argos is saying here. And I might try and get hold of this to review on the channel, so I've never done an Edifice watch, so this might be one of the first ones I may pop out and get myself. So there you go, that's the Argos Black Friday sale in terms of Casio watches. Now they do have some G-Shocks on there in the Black Friday sale, and if you click on the link below, it'll take you to what I've picked out in terms of the actual watches that I've talked about today, including G-Shocks, Edifice, and all sorts of other Casio watches that I haven't highlighted in this video. So then you might find something else that I haven't spoken about today where you can save a bit of money. So the real jewel for me, as I've mentioned earlier, is that Casio AE 1500. Now it may not be to everyone's taste, and it definitely may not be to everyone's wrist size, because I have tried it on my wrist, and it's okay, but you do know you're wearing it, so just bear that in mind if you are tempted with that watch. But I hope what I've selected is of some interest here and saves you a bit of money in the run up to Christmas, or for birthday presents, or just for yourself generally. If it saved you a bit of money, then I'm so happy with that, because it is a video that I was tempted to pass over on, but seeing some of the watches that are on offer, I just thought, why not mention them, and hopefully you save a little bit of money along the way. So I hope this video was of some use to you, and if it was, then please click on that like button. It always helps the channel. If you want to subscribe to the We Try Anything channel about the reviews of some of the watches that I've featured here, watches coming up in terms of 31 days with the Casio AE 1200 that I've highlighted in this video, and just some other watches in general coming up very soon, then please don't forget to click on that subscription button below. So again, thank you for watching this video, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Goodbye.